Hello everyone and welcome back to Android How To. This time we are going to create a shortcut on the Android home screen. To begin with, I have two activities, jump to and main activity, and their corresponding layout files have individual text views, each with the name of the activity itself, so that we know which activity we are inside. Now let's get back to the main activity and start coding. So first thing, we create an intent. I'm going to call it target because this intent will give the Android an idea of which activity is to be launched when the shortcut is clicked. So new intent. Okay, so the first parameter is the context. So get application context. Second parameter, the target. I'm using main activity dot class right now. Later on we'll change this to jump to and see what happens or what needs to be done. So we create another intent and I'm going to call this shout because this is going to be broadcast across the Android system telling the launchers to create a shortcut. So new intent, let's keep it like that. Now we need to tell or give further details about how the shortcut should look like. First of all, we should tell it which activity should be launched. For that, intent dot extra shortcut intent, and here we already created that particular intent called target. Next thing, we'll actually give it a name, the name that is to be displayed on the home screen. So you can say anything. So I'm going to call it shortcut itself. How creative of me. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add an icon. So for that, intent extra shortcut icon, obviously. Well, not exactly. Shortcut resource would be fine. Okay, now I already have an icon.png that you see over here, which is for some reason a book. Okay, so I'm going to use it. Intent dot shortcut icon resource dot from context, and first parameter application context, second parameter the id. So r dot drawable dot icon in my case, and semicolon. Okay, next line. Now we set the action. Set action. What should it do? Create a shortcut. So we write this piece of code. Launcher dot action dot install shortcut. Okay, think that will do the job. Now we send the broadcast. As I said before, send broadcast. And what do we broadcast? The shout intent itself, and this will tell the launchers to create a shortcut with this icon, with the name shortcut, and that goes to this target activity. Once that is done, we cannot yet run the application. We have to go to the Android manifest.xml and write a permission. Users permission com dot, oh, not this permission, write this one, com dot android dot launcher dot permission dot, what is the permission? We ask for the permission to install a shortcut. Okay, now let's finish that there and we should be good to go. So let's run the application on any device you like, or an emulator if you are using one. I use my phone itself, so here's my phone for you. So we have the main activity launched. Let's go to the home screen and we'll see a shortcut being created. If you're worried about the name not being shown, I can fix that because it's not the problem of the application. I've configured it not to show the short icon labels here. So I'm gonna go home again, and this time look at that, it says shortcut as we wanted it to. Okay, the next thing we do is of course test it. Launch the activity. Okay, it goes to launch, goes to main activity whenever we click it. You go back home. Now here's the problem, another shortcut will be created because every time main activity is launched it will create a shortcut. We don't want that to happen because users will be completely annoyed. Every time they open the application, it will create a shortcut. It will be annoying. To prevent that from happening, we use something called shared preferences, which I'll show you in the next video. For now, I want to show you something a little more important, and we'll finish up the video. So another thing that I talked about in the beginning is how do we go to another activity other than main activity? Well, the obvious answer that will come to your mind would be to hit jump to here and run the application, and I would successfully get the shortcut to go to jump to. If you're thinking that way, it won't work. Let me prove that to you. Now I go to the home screen, and this is the new shortcut that was created. So let me tap on that. Okay, there you go, and it says this app is not allowed to perform this action. Why is that so? Well, to fix that, go to Android manifest and find the activity that you were trying to jump to, and in my case it is jump to itself, and add this statement: Android exported equal to true. Once you do that, run the application and wait for it to run. Okay, let's pull this down as well. Launching activity. Here comes the main activity. Let's go to the home screen. Now we have the shortcut created on the desktop. Let's try and open it. So it now went to jump to instead of the main activity. Voila, we have achieved what we wanted to do. That's it for this video. See you next time.